Alright, hey guys, what's up? I'm gonna give you a little tutorial. Hold on, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a little tutorial on how to find the stronghold in random seed categories. So locating the stronghold is a bit confusing unless you really know how it works. So pretty much, it's a method called triangulation. Basically, we want to have a few different points, and if we have a few different points, then we throw eyes from those points, and we get the angles. Then we can make lines to where the stronghold lines where the stronghold should be along those lines. So if we get multiple points, we can find an intersection, and that intersection is going to be where the stronghold is. And in practice, it's not an exact science. There are challenges like terrain. You usually can't keep a straight line for a long distance. So sometimes you get off, and that happens even to the best runners. But the number one thing I think I want to stress is that you need to be patient with this method. Often the stronghold's going to be, a long ways off, so you're going to have to walk for a while. So I'm going to show an example of what looking for that might look like. So the first thing you want to do is at some point when you're ready, so at the beginning of a day, when you're not in the nether, when you've gotten the rods, the blaze rods, and some ender pearls, at least one, you're going to make eyes, and then you're just going to make a small thing and throw it and find an initial kind of direction. And so that direction is basically southwest, south by southwest. And so I'm just going to follow this for a little bit. Just going to go southwest. This first throw is not going to be really one of your guiding lines. It's just going to get you into a better position to triangulate the stronghold location. So I chose a world with some easy terrain, or at least I think it's easy. I haven't really gone through the whole process yet. In fact, I see some hills right now. But of course, this is easier on open terrain. So I'm going to have to go through a hill here. But the important thing is to just keep on the same straight line the whole way. And you're not always going to be able to do it. Especially with the first line, it's not that important to keep the exact line. One of the things some runners do, like Illumina does, is you just stand and find something in the horizon you can use as a reference point. So right now, I'm going to go from here to that spruce tree right there. And that's how I know I'm going to be on that line. And of course, again, this isn't going to guarantee the exact line, but it's going to guarantee something close to accuracy. And now I'm going to pick a new point on the horizon, like that tree right there. Sorry, I'm a little cold, I think. And once you get into forest and such, it's going to be hard to tell your lines apart from, if you're using leaves, it's going to be hard to tell them apart from natural blocks. So that's when you switch to something like wood or netherrack and sand. So those things stand out, and that's why we save a lot of those blocks, especially netherrack coming out of the nether. So you see I'm drifting offline a little here. That's okay. I know generally where my line's going. But once I think I've gone far enough, you sort of get a feel for it. In fact, I don't even have the best feel for direction or distance. But I'm just going to go a little far. In fact, here's probably a good point. Once you've gone a ways, you're just going to go a little offline to the right or left, stack up, and throw another eye. Oh, and I see I passed it already. And that one shattered, so that's unfortunate. But now I got my second line. I know it's somewhere between where I started and here. So I'm just going to go a little ways and then throw another pearl, and I'll show you how to triangulate it correctly. And hopefully I get it correct. See, this is a little tough on hills. Sometimes I just check and make sure that I'm on the line. Yeah. So I'm going to follow the spruce tree. And then down here, I think, you know, I'm not sure if I've gone far enough, but I think this is probably a safe bet. I'm getting closer to where my where it would intersect with my first line. So I'm just going to take right here. Okay, perfect. So I'm really close. So now, and I should mention this process should take only about 3 or 4 eye throws. It can take more if you know, if it's particularly far away or you miss it the first time or something else like bad terrain, it's hard to find, whatever. It happens. But 3 or 4 is good. So right now I'm just going to follow this one, and I'm probably going to use a different block so it's easier to tell apart from my other lines. Okay, so here, what I've done is I've thrown another pearl, or another eye, and this is the line I'm on. And this is where it intersects with the other one I threw. So this is a pretty good guess. I'm going to say this is probably where I should dig down to find the stronghold. I've thrown 3 eyes, so I could throw another if I wanted to be really sure. In fact, I'll do that just for the sake of the tutorial. But if I was on a particularly good run and I didn't want to waste that eye or that time, you know, I would, if I had netherrack, I would light this up so I know where it is later if I have to come back here. And then I would just start digging down. Oh, and I said I was going to throw another pearl for the sake of the tutorial, but you can if you're a beginner, and I would recommend that just to make sure you don't, you know, miss it, take that time loss. So hopefully this is it. And I'm going to turn my sound up because one of the things we do is we listen for the silverfish when we're getting close to know if we've gotten to the right spot. And it depends. It could be very far underground or it could be close. But I hope I have not missed it. Of course, the more time goes on, the more you think you missed it. But I was on a hill, so... Oh. Sometimes if I fall into a cave like this, I'm gonna just look around to make sure, you know, because I wonder if I can just get into the stronghold through a cave. But I'm not sure right now. So, what I do when I fall into a cave like this is so I'm gonna be in my spot. Oh, and I hear silverfish, so I think I'm close. And I just do that so mobs can't fall in. Yep, so there's the stone brick. Okay, so that's the portal room. I missed it just by a little bit, so that's pretty good. And one thing you want to make sure is that you're not digging silverfish blocks. I know this one takes a little longer with my stone pickaxe. So I know it's a silverfish block. You want to avoid that. And then you just want to get down, break this one. And then the way you deal with silverfish is just, if I can crit him. So if you jump and then while you're falling, get a crit, then they die in one hit and they won't, you know, spawn any of the other silverfish. They got really lucky. This is a 3-eye portal. But anyways, that's how you locate the stronghold. And I would say, you know, give it some practice. So, you know, I definitely had to practice this a few times because I kept missing it. But that's all. So hopefully you can, you know, get better at that from this tutorial.